Well, hi everybody, welcome back. I hope everybody's enjoyed their dinner. Again, I'm Taylor, your cruise director. We're about to start doing the awards, and I'd like to remind everybody that if you are receiving an award, you're going to come to the middle. You're going to go off to the left of the stage, and you're going to come off the right of the stage, right over here. We've got some great things going on tonight. The first award that we have to give is the Young Alumni Award. That'll be given to Stephen Hausman, class of 2016. The Young Alumni Achievement Award is given to someone who is 10 years out of graduation who has achieved recognition in his or her chosen profession or occupation. Stephen served 8 years in the U.S. Marine Corps, achieving the rank of sergeant, and then graduated at U of O with degrees in political science and economics. Attended the TFAS Institute of Economics at on economics at George Mason University. Was the former director of communications for the Republican Party of Arkansas and now the economic development director for Clarksville. He met his wife Ellie at Ozarks and is the father of 3 and resides on a homestead here in Johnson County. Young Alumni Achievement Awards go to Steve Howell.
So they made the Marine go first on this, and I have little coordination. So I just wanted to say I appreciate the university taking time to do this for me. It was kind of a shock. I brought some family in. In fact, my uncle, who is the whole reason I ended up in Arkansas from upstate New York, came all the way out here to visit. I'm deeply appreciative for him, my grandfather, my in-laws, my beautiful wife Ellie, and our little one over there. I'm sorry for the Ozarks staff. They'll have to clean up the mess. She's probably going to leave you. But I am honored and humbled. Clarksville and Ozarks is a special place. I would say that the density of mentors, friends, and leaders in this area is incredible, and I think it's why I was called to come back. And I would say one more thing. The man that made that possible is Mayor Reeder. I appreciate you for giving me an opportunity to come back up here and serve our beautiful community and be back at home here at Ozarks. And just contributing. So thank you all.
The next award up tonight is the Young Alumni Service Award. This award is given to someone who is 5 years out of graduation, under 35 years of age, at the time of the president, has been active in the alumni activities and demonstrated loyalty to the university. This year's recipient is Corey Long, class of 21. He graduated with majors in accounting and business administration, initially working in banking, served with the USDA Rural Development helping low-income families, now a wage and hour investigator for the U.S. Department of Labor, leads federal investigations in the cases of worker exploitations and violations, and is an active volunteer, including the Lead Paws Animal Shelter, and supports U of O through various engagements. The Young Alumni Service Award this year for Corey Long.
All right, thank you, everyone. I told myself I was going to actually plan this, but in hindsight, I think I'm going to make this a little extemporaneous and make it short because there's a cash bar in the back calling my name. All right, so I'd like to give thanks first to my parents, which are hiding behind their phone cameras, to my father for instilling a love and service in me from a very young age. There are countless times that I've seen him come home late at night because he was helping someone jumpstart their car because they were broke down on the side of the road, or anything like that. Which is it positive, negative, whichever it is, I don't know. I'd have to Google it on the side of the road. So, we have different talents though, and that's okay. I'd like to give a thank you to my mom for instilling in me a lot of perseverance and honesty. A lot of that is whenever I was a young child, I remember seeing her struggle whenever she was wrongfully terminated after 14 years at her former employer, which was one of the top employers here in Johnson County. Ironically, For the first 2 years of my career, I sat at the same cubicle as an investigator that worked tirelessly day and night to right the wrongs that were done. I've been able to work with a lot of pretty amazing people through my time with the Department of Labor. A lot of them are actually Ozarks alum. I've been able to work with a lot of civic leaders, economic developers, law enforcement officers, and I've also been able to work with even a couple of attorneys. I believe they're called legal eagles, which, in order to keep it short, because trying to see how much 20 bucks will buy me at the bar, then I'll kind of keep any stories kind of short. But I also want to give a heartfelt thanks to all the professors, friends, and family that I've made here at Ozarks, particularly the Advancement and Alumni Office. And I'm looking at them, they're all in far corners of the room. You guys welcomed me into your tight-knit family, and I'm really thankful for it. You entrusted me with a lot, which in hindsight was probably more than you should have, but I'm very grateful for it, and I'm glad to know that I didn't screw up too bad, because you guys continue to invite me back here again and again. Again, thank you very much, everyone.
Our next award of this evening is the Alumni Achievement Award. This award is given to one who achieves recognition in his or her chosen profession or occupation. This year's recipient is Karina Hamid, class of '86. Former current affairs investigative journalist, later shifted to public relations and hospitality. She's a sought-after speaker and coach in leadership and business communication, has clientele from over 100 countries, is a frequent guest on radio talk shows discussing relations, socioeconomic, political balance. This year's Alumni Achievement Award, Karina Hamid.
I need some help getting this away. Is that okay?
Is that about right?
Yes, that's about. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. President Dunsworth, the alumni board, alumni board members, alumni, students, and friends. 2 months ago, I was on stage speaking to over 100 senior leaders from Microsoft Asia about the culture of creativity. The reason I was asked to speak to them was because even though they are the biggest one of the biggest tech companies in the world, they understood that despite all the mighty technical and financial resources that they had, they are people who deal every day with government regulators, legal issues, and corporate partners, needed to be creative about how they dealt with human beings to get things done. They lead in AI, and yes, AI is exciting. Its potential is accelerating. But every new technology that we have means nothing if we lose the human connection. When I graduated from the College of the Ozarks, as it was known then, I didn't know if I'd ever come back here. I live over 15,000 kilometers away, on the other side of the world. Coming back here 2 days ago, even though I was suffering jet lag, has been a trip down memory lane for me, peppered with wonderful memories of the 4 years that I spent here, and also was fascinating for me to see how much the university has grown. There was one very special connection that I'm so grateful to have rekindled. It's incredibly special for me today that my advisor and professor, Dr. Jane Cater. Dr. Jane, please give it up for her, is here to share tonight with me. The years I spent here shaped my young adulthood. As a communication major, I had to come out of my shell, learn to speak up, because in my country, it's a very exam-based system. We didn't have to talk a lot in class. And I wanted to let Dr. Jane know that you have had such a huge impact on my life, even though I haven't seen you for over 30 years. And your impact on me was life-changing. Also tonight with us are alumni board members from Malaysia, George and Naomi, who were instrumental in nominating me for this award. So thank you to both of you. Finally, I would like to dedicate this award to 3 very special people in my life. My parents, who were willing to take a chance and send their 17-year-old daughter halfway across the world at a time when we didn't have internet and they were not able to stay in constant contact with me, just so that I could pursue my passion for journalism. Both my parents never attended university, and they sacrificed a great deal to send me so far away. My mom was the first person I called when I got news of the award, and she was so thrilled for me. It is really sad for me that my dad, who was my biggest cheerleader, is not alive to see this. He passed away 5 years ago, and I miss him every day. Dad, I got the Alumni Achievement Award. Finally, they say that the most important decision you ever make in your life is the person that you marry, and I lucked out on that. My husband, Richard, is my rock, the person who has had my back, and the one who tells me the truth when I need to hear it, even though I don't want to hear it. Thank you for your unwavering support through all my adventures. I wouldn't have been able to achieve all that I've achieved if not for you. Finally, thank you, U of O, for being that special place in my heart. I never forgot you, and it means a lot that you didn't forget me either. This award is testament to the power of human connection, that it transcends time and space, and no technology can ever replicate that. Thank you.
Next award up is the Alumni Merit Award. It's given for meritorious work done at the university. And our award this year is going to Michelle Brown, class of 81. Years has secured numerous grants for wellness. It's recognized in 2023 as one of the top 100 women of impact in Arkansas. Has involved with the Arkansas Senior Olympics and served in various committees and boards and active Ozarks alumni, aiding the Teacher Education Advisory Committee and supporting local initiatives. The Alumni Merit Award this year, Michelle Brown.
Flex my muscles. That's why I did that. You can see I've got a piece of paper because I'm the oldest person here that received an award, so I'm kind of old school. First, I would like to thank the U of O Alumni Association for choosing me for this award. I'm truly humbled and honored for the recognition. I have very fond memories of my time at U of O, from playing basketball to receiving a wonderful education. I now serve on the Teacher Education Advisory Council, and from that work, I can assure you that this university is second to none in the quality and preparation of their interns. These students should be very proud of the education they're receiving here. Next, I would like to thank my mom, for teaching me a strong work ethic. She didn't just teach it, she led by example. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, but when you talk about your parents, then I would also like to thank my family, especially my husband, who graciously allowed me the time to work on different projects and committees. And last but not least, I would like to thank Lavetta Qualls, who was my mentor and advisor, and she taught me what a physical educator should be. She taught me that in order to make a change, you have to be the change. And I'm extremely grateful for her leadership. Thank you.
Well, thank you all. I certainly want to thank the Alumni Association for this incredibly humbling award. It's the partnership, right? So I'm a new mayor. I think this is my 5th year, maybe my 15th year, it feels like. I can tell you that when we started back in 2019, it guided us to partner with the university because of what it does. The university is a shining beacon on a hill that represents opportunity and growth for this city. We just had to believe that and have the vision. I was fortunate enough that I had a council that supported me, and us, and they believed in it as well. So without their support, we wouldn't be here today. Whether it's crosswalks or whether it's shooting ranges, or all of these things are great advancements for our community. And in every conversation I've ever had about Clarksville, it's always, we have a 4-year university that is producing tomorrow's generation, tomorrow's leaders, and it's fantastic that we get to say that. It's a huge selling point for our city. So the University of Ozarks represent more than I can probably articulate in this speech tonight. We're just incredibly humbled to have you in our community, to be able to partner, and to be able just to pick up the phone and call, hey, President Dunsworth, I need some help here, I need some advice, or we're talking about sports complexes, I can call Jimmy and say, Jimmy, I got to build some baseball fields, can you help me? Yeah, just different things. So it's been a great partnership, and we're truly blessed. So if you guys want to say.
This year's Pay It Forward Champions Award is going to Brian and Shannon Evans, class of '91. Shannon is the SVP for Methodist Health System, and Brian is the district manager for Kennemetal. Both actively involved in civic, educational, and church volunteer roles. Shannon previously served as the Alumni Association board president, now the University Board of Trustees. Married for 30 years with 2 sons, John and Daniel. This year's recipient of the Pay It Forward Champions. Brian and Shannon George is going to receive, we're not here, but George is going to receive this form, and I believe they have a video.
Good evening. Brian and I are deeply honored and profoundly grateful to be the recipients of the Pay It Forward Award. To say we are humbled by this recognition would be an understatement. This award holds a special place in our hearts because it embodies the very essence of what we strive to achieve. A commitment to giving back and making a positive impact to the world.
The concept of paying it forward is deeply ingrained in our philosophy of life. It reminds us that our achievements are not solely ours, but are the result of the collective efforts of countless individuals who have supported us along the way. It's a reminder that we have a responsibility, an obligation to extend a hand to those to follow in our footsteps.
As we accept this award, we pledge to continue the tradition of paying it forward. We will do so by nurturing and mentoring the next generation of leaders, by actively engaging in its causes that matter, and by working to create a better future for all. Brian and I believe that each one of us has the power to be a positive change, and together we can accomplish remarkable things. Brian and I want to express our heartfelt thanks to the Advancement Department for believing in our contributions and affording us this incredible honor. This award is not just about recognizing our efforts, it is a celebration of what we, as a collective alumni, can achieve when we come together with a shared purpose.
Thank you once again for this incredible honor. We're excited and committed to the journey ahead, where we will continue to pay it forward and make a lasting impact on our communities and the world.
Thank you
again, and
go Eagles!
Our next award is the Emerging Philanthropist Award. This is going to Jesselyn Halstead, class of 2008. She's an optometrist practicing at Jeffries Eye Associates in Rogers, Arkansas. She graduated magna cum laude from Ozarks and later earned a doctorate from Southern College of Optometry. She's a former collegiate athlete in both soccer and tennis, and she married fellow Ozarks alum Alex Gossett after 2 equal sons. This year's award winner for Emergency Philanthropist Award is Jesselyn Halstead.
My husband, who's a communications major, of course, wanted me to start this with a joke, but I was a biology major, so I'm going to stick to the paper. seems ridiculous that I'm receiving an award from Ozarks when I think about all that Ozarks has given to me. I met my best friends here. I met my incredible husband, Alex, here. The education I received here was unmatched, not to mention the wonderful memories that I cherish. I can't say enough good things about my time here. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for coming to root me on. You instilled the value of hard work and education, which led me to Ozarks and beyond. Thank you, Alex, for being such a loving father and extraordinary partner. And thank you, Ozarks. I will happily continue to give my time and money because of all I so graciously received from you.
And before I hand it over to Jimmy, I've got one more award to give out, the Alumni Legacy Award. The Legacy Award is given to an alumnus who has given unselfishly of his or her resources to support the university and its mission during his or her lifetime. This year, the award recipient is Vernon McDaniel, class of 55. Vernon graduated with degrees in sociology and political science, earned a master's from Florida State University, taught journalism at various colleges, including Ozarks, former director of public relations at Ozarks, served as the mayor of Ozarks for 12 years, as an active volunteer leading the Salvation Army Service Unit in Ozarks, contributing to the local newspaper, The Spectator.
Several weeks ago, President Dunsworth jokingly asked me exactly what Carla did to convince me to set up this scholarship for communications. He wanted to know if she twisted my arm. I said, no. And then he said, well, what happened? And I said, well, all she did was just talk to me about it and said, if you were going to do this, this would be a good year to do it. Well, I'll tell you, there's a rumor going around that what she really said was that, you know, you're not getting any younger. But she didn't really say that. Then the president asked me in all seriousness why I was doing this. And I said, well, while I was a student at U of O, which was then C of O, I got some scholarship help myself, and now I only feel that I should help pay this back by helping somebody else go to college. Now, before I conclude my remarks, I'm going to express an editorial opinion. And yes, of course, naturally, a journalist should do that. And I think everybody in this room will agree with his editorial opinion. Doesn't matter whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, or whatever. Carla Harkreader, in my opinion, is a very good asset to the staff here at the University of the Ozarks. Why? She not only Carla not only knows many of the alumni by their first name, she cares about the alumni, I would say almost like a brother, sister, or cousin. So thank you, Carla, and thank you, U of O.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm not much for speeches, but here goes. I would like to thank the university and the Sports Hall of Fame for this honor, and I would also like to congratulate the other inductees. I fell in love with the game of basketball as a kid, growing up in Clarksville, watching C of O basketball, when my brother and I would walk up College Hill to cheer on the Mounties. We loved coming to the games and experiencing the standing room only crowds. There was always so much excitement in the air, and I never imagined back then that I would one day get an opportunity to play at Ozarks. I began my basketball career in the 5th grade, playing 3-on-3 girls basketball. And yes, you heard that correctly, 3-on-3. My coach for grades 5 through 12 was Coach Reedy Yates, who's here tonight. Coach Yates taught me the game of basketball and many life lessons, like how to work together with others to achieve a common goal, how to not accept defeat but to learn from it, and how to be a fierce competitor. She always preached her 3 Ds: dedication, discipline, and defense. She led our high school team to the first ever girls 5-on-5 state championship in the state of Arkansas, and I think it was the first for Clarksville High School. Ms. Yates, I'm glad you're here tonight. It's an honor to share this moment with you. After high school, my path was not so clear. My father passed away that summer, and I almost didn't go to college. But thanks to Mr. J.T. Patterson, longtime business office manager at Ozarks, and Coach Jack Jones, I had the opportunity to attend Ozarks, and I'm so glad that I did. I was fortunate to get a great education and to be able to continue my basketball career. I'm grateful to have played with many talented athletes in my 4 years at Ozarks. But more than talented athletes, my teammates were great people, and I made lifelong friendships. I would like to thank all of those players for the many wonderful memories of my time at Ozarks. And how often does a player get to enter the Hall of Fame with their coach? Coach Jones, I appreciate the opportunity that you afforded me all those years ago, and I'm honored to be inducted in the same class with you. In closing, I would like to thank the university and the Sports Hall of Fame. I would like to thank my family and friends that traveled here to share this moment with me. It means a lot. It means a lot. And finally, I would like to thank my parents, who are no longer with us, Vivian and Ralph Sonny Austin, for always encouraging and supporting me in all my endeavors. Thank you, and God bless.
Our next inductee, one of the winningest coaches in all Ozarks history, following a 369 and 285 record in 25 seasons as head women's basketball coach at Ozarks. Led the program to 17 postseason appearances, 15 winning seasons, and won at least 19 games 6 different times. Was the NAIA District 17 Coach of the Year, American Southwest Conference Coach of the Year, led the 96 and 97 team to a conference championship, posted a program record 25 wins. During his coaching career, he was among the winningest coaches in Division III. Coached 4 All-Americans and more than 30 All-Conference players. He was an early advocate for women's college sports. He also served as athletic director and golf coach at Ozarks and was named District 17 Administrator of the Year. As things would have it, he also introduced me to the Ozarks campus and hired me as his athletic director. This time, I'd like to bring up Jack Jones.
Thank you, Jimmy. When I first got this induction, one of the things that I wanted to do is to keep a script and to write things down like some of the other inductees tonight, and to stay focused on that, because there's a lot of people that have touched my life and I've touched some of their lives, and I can go on and on and on, and so I want to stay focused and keep to the script. But anyway, it's an honor for me to stand before you tonight as an inductee in the 2023 University of Ozarks Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you to the members of the Hall of Fame Selection Committee, Athletic Director Jimmy Clark, and also the administration for their support and my nomination. I extend congratulations to fellow inductee Vicki Austin. She played ball for me, and it was exciting for me to get an opportunity to see her talents. And I told her today in another meeting, I said, one thing that I think of when I think of Vicki Austin is I say shooter, and she was a great shooter and meant a lot to us and brought us a lot of success. This honor tonight is a privilege and accomplishment that I'll always cherish with pride. My introduction to sports began while growing up with 4 brothers and 5 sisters in a family farm in Illinois. My dad, Frank Jones, was an accomplished athlete, and he is also an educator. He was a principal and a superintendent of schools. And he was inducted in the Hall of Fame at Western Illinois University, where he lettered for 4 years in 4 sports. What an accomplishment. Dad raised us to develop good competition, be competitive, also to have good work ethics and good time management. When we weren't farming, we were outside throwing snowballs, playing football, basketball, baseball, and just inventing games. While driving, my mother, Ann Lou, somehow kept chaos contained. While driving 10 kids back and forth 10 miles to school, to all the practices, extracurricular activities, to games, she, while teaching full-time as a high school English teacher and also tending to the farm animals, she was the best Uber driver, and that Uber wasn't even invented at that time. I'm forever grateful for both Mom and Dad for all they sacrificed for our family. My history with the university began when I was recruited by Coach Jack Hawley to play men's basketball during the first year at Ozarks. He was a witty individual, and he made it fun to play for him, to play basketball. He made it a lot of fun. The summer of my graduation, he offered me the position as a head coach for the women's basketball team. I got the privilege and I enjoyed coaching with him for 1 year until he passed away suddenly at the start of the next academic school year. President Fritz Aaron, who is also a member of the Hall of Fame, asked if I would coach both the men and the women's team at the same year. And that's when we played on separate days as well. I was young, energetic, and readily took on that challenge. That led me to the privilege of coaching my brother Jeff, who's sitting at my table. And then it was a huge, huge relief after that 1 year to hire Bruce Terry to take over the men's program, where I could only focus on the women's basketball team. During my 28 years at Ozarks, I was gifted to work with many talented student athletes. 11 of those athletes, if my calculations are correct here, that I got the opportunity to coach and are inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I'm not going to mention names because for sure I will leave someone out. I'm proud of the strong, confident people that you became. To be successful at this game, you have to overcome your fears and be ready for the next challenge. We shared unforgettable championship runs and celebrated our wins and overcame our losses. There is no possible way that I could stand up here tonight and thank everybody who played a role in being here. But I would like to recognize some of those individuals. This honor is yours as well because it wouldn't have happened without you. Sitting at my table, to my wife, Karen, a professor here in psychology. There's no other words to express how grateful I am to you. Thank you for your unstoppable love and support. And to her daughter, Jessica, you came into this world and helped me remind me that there is more than life than basketball. You continue to give back to me more than I could ever give back to you. So Jessica, thank you. And Jessica is joined with her husband, Bryce. Other individual that I just want to acknowledge, and they are not sitting at my table, but it is John and Teresa Hinesley. John is a good friend, a colleague, and he is one of my first assistant coaches, and he also became one of our PA announcers, where he's continued to do that for 40 years and is inducted into the Hall of Fame for PA. He was also inducted into the Ozarks Hall of Fame with the 83-84 men's basketball team. Johnny and Robin are also at our table. Johnny has been a very special individual to me and a good friend. He was inducted in the men's basketball for his men's basketball career, and he has been my golf partner. We traveled, we did camps together, and so Johnny, I thank you very much. And he's one of the coaches that I've been here with the longest. My brother Jeff is also at the table. He started his basketball career here at Ozarks and was a top rebounder in the AIC conference, where he did that for 4 years when he played for Ozarks. He later on transferred to U of A and earned his dual degree in engineering. It means so much that you and also a lot of familiar faces are here with me tonight. I also want to mention the respect I have for two coaches that were instrumental in my life at Ozarks, and that person, one of the persons is the men's baseball coach Lonnie Qualls, and also the track coach Jerry Wagner. When I think of Lonnie Qualls, two words come to mind. Those two words are that he's a legacy, and then also he is a mentor. Coach Qualls was a friend, a fishing buddy, a role model, a great Christian, and he is one of my greatest mentors in life. In wrapping up, there is a phrase that says it takes a village to raise a child. The phrase originated from an African proverb to convey the message that it takes many people to provide a safe and healthy environment for children. I am proud to have been blessed with the opportunity to coach where our young student athletes are in a supportive community that encourages their growth. Coaches don't just sit on the sideline or call plays or run drills at practice. Some days it seems like we do everything. In reality, so many people help to prepare for practices or games. These are the bus drivers, oh, that was me, maintenance staff, I cleaned the floor, faculty, which I did, and then also just supportive staff. Working together with young teams and talented athletes helped me contribute to my success, and I give the athletes all the credit here at Ozarks. Thank you very much for your time.
Third and final Hall of Fame inductee for this year's class was a standout football coach. While in school here, he played 3 sports from 1932 to 1932. He served as assistant football
Jim, members of the College of the Ozarks community, and invited guest. First, I would like to thank you sincerely for the award you have given my dad. I can assure you that he would have been very honored and would have appreciated it. My dad loved playing sports and coaching sports. He played, of course, here at College of Ozarks, and he started his high school career at Batesville, Arkansas. When he moved into coaching, he coached first at Greenville, Mississippi, and then moved on to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, where he coached a number of years. He moved into college coaching first at LSU. Then he moved with Paul Dietzel to Army, and from there they moved to the University of South Carolina. I would now like to read part of a column that Herman Helms, the executive sports editor of the Columbia Record, the paper in Columbia, South Carolina, wrote when Dad died. There can be no finer thing said of a man than he was liked. George Terry was liked by so many people. Everybody liked George. In a complicated world where there seems to be so many complex people, George came through loud and clear. There was nothing complicated or complex about him. He was easy to read as a good book. He was easy to understand, easy to know, easy to love. He was a coach and a good coach. He was an administrator and an able administrator. He will be remembered for that, but he will be remembered most as a good, gentle man, a man whose life was a lesson in human kindness. He was received at face value wherever he went. There was only one way with Terry, the right way, the straight, honest, forward way. Now, Herman quoted Paul Dietzel, who was Dad's head coach at the time, in the article. Paul said, about a year ago, he was offered the athletic director post at Texas Tech. I should have guessed it then, when he turned the job down, that something was wrong. As I think back now over all those months, I can remember how concerned he was so many times over the problems of other people and how he tried to help solve them. And all the time he had a far greater problem than we had. He wanted to share our problems with us, but he didn't want to burden us with his. That was a perfect description of the kind of man he was. Terry was a quiet man who did things so easily and so well that much of his work went unnoticed. He was, as Dietzel said, the unsung hero of the exciting athletic movement at USC. His greatest gift as a coach and administrator was the ability to unite people. At that, he was a master. People were eager to join hands with him because they trusted him. Let this be his eulogy. He was a man liked. He was a man whose goodness could be seen by all. He walked with soft steps, but he left footprints. And I would close by saying that consider this award another footprint left by my dad. Thank you so much for this honor.
Ozarks. seated. This won't take long. Thank you, Taylor, for a great show tonight. And thank you for allowing me to hijack the ceremony. I want to thank you all for being here. It's a great weekend. I love seeing the faces that I've known for a long time, and I've really enjoyed meeting new people. So for those of you who are leaving this evening, safe travels, and everyone who's staying the weekend, hope we have a great time. So again, thank you very much for being here.
Before we close tonight, I'd like to extend a special word of appreciation to both our alumni and advancement departments for making all of this happen. To make sure these things go off without a hitch. To our award recipients tonight, please remember before you go, we're going to try and take a big group picture right over here. And we've got a lot of events coming up tomorrow. We've got check-in tomorrow here at 9, between 9 and 10. There are a lot of matchups of alumni and tennis games and soccer games and shooting games and basketball and all of the above. And those are all in your program banquet, or your banquet program right on your table. We hope you all have a safe journey here tonight, tomorrow, the rest of the weekend. And thank you all for joining us.